back into this. We are going to, well, first of all, I want to thank Celeste, who I know has probably stepped out to get a little fresh air, and it was really great to have her here and to hear her words, and we'll follow up this evening with some more open mic readers, and then if you get a chance throughout the evening or at the end of the evening to be able to connect up with her some more. We're going to hear now from Diane Cameron. Diane, come on up.
There's two things that I've been really paying attention to lately. One is the Olympics. Very much into the Olympics. I really enjoy watching them. I think they're very inspirational, so kind of inspires my poetry a little bit. And then also I'm in the, once again, in the August Poetry Postcard Challenge. And if you haven't heard of it, it's marvelous. You write a poem a day for a month, put it on a postcard, and send it out to people on a list. And I've been doing this now for, I think it was my 5th or 6th year. Right? So, and actually I ended up doing really well with these, like I've gotten the Poetry Moves thing. That was from, one of my poems was on that, from the Poetry Postcard Challenge. And I've also won another contest for one of the poems, so financially, yeah, it's worth it. But anyway, so I read 2 poems that I've written for this month so far. Plus you end up with this truckload of poems that you can at least pull pieces out of. So, all right, so this one is inspired by the Olympics a bit. Transform. First, you buy the postcard. First, you sing in your room. First, you race your brothers. Then, you submit to your life. Because somewhere inside, you see yourself first. And one of the things I also do, I'm a photographer, besides poetry and whatever. And I went to recently a little art fair. And there's a photographer, he's got this marvelous picture of an owl. And it's one of those things, how did you get that? I want to take one. I've gone to the same place. Yeah, no owl there for me. But anyway, the illusion of owls. With my camera, I searched for the photograph he took, the one of an owl, divided, a single exposed eye staring out between 2 pieces of bark. Brown against brown, vertical lines in the bark and grain interrupted by a perfect yellow orb. And within, the round black pupil leading to the center of the tree, to the center of the world.
Thank you, Diane. Next, we're going to hear from Sabra Larson. Sabra, come on up.
Okay, that's good. Yep. Hi. The coffee shop. The man and woman sat across from each other in the coffee shop. We read the sports section. She staring outward, yet looking inward. The group around them is full of movement and various kinds of conversation, mingling together like coffee and cream. The beans whirl in the grinder, aromas of spice and kona, perfume and sweat, rising and falling. All seems fuzzy and indistinct, like a dust storm of colored particles. In the center, the man and woman exist, disconnected, and yet a thin, fragile thread of light joins them, navel to navel. They must feel the cord, and the corona around them, a halo, a golden contract binding them, like a crown of thorns. And I, a disembodied spook, floating on the loose, with nowhere to sit. dangling. There is a place in between the argument. Sitting on the knife's edge, dangle those feet before standing. There may not be ground to stand on. Dangling, dangling over the edge. The air is quite thin here, and though I have been here before, I see no safety net, nor trust my wings. Staying here, not moving. Hanging on to an empty picture frame of an old memory of law and order. I can hear the grass grow, and the silence is delicious. I will withdraw from action, take no sides, no prisoners. I will not retreat, I will not attack, just sitting on the line between right and wrong, dangling, tasting the air. The last short one. Sunday morning, quiet and still. A jet overhead slices the air, and the moon heals quickly back to silence. The rise and fall of breath, the shiver of flesh, sensations moving as ripples upon a membrane of water. Life reflects the gene of creation, and all returns, continuing to continue, inside and out. Hello, goodbye. Hello.
Thank you, Sabra. Next, we're going to hear from someone that's been coming since the first open mic when it was at Ice Cream Renaissance 12 years ago, back when we were kids. Jim Martin, come on up.
I'd like to say I still have dark brown hair and a red beard, but I look kind of like this.
Aged beautifully.
We love you.
We're all therapists. Okay, I have two. I've read each of them at some place, but I want to read them again. I'm not sure if I've read them here. The first was inspired both by thoughts that I've been having for a long time about words and who they are and how they nail things down, and they can also open up. Kristen Campbell was interviewed by the Oregon Poetry Association in their newsletter last year, or a couple of years ago. And he, I'm not going to read the whole quote, I'll use it as an epigram, but he talked about the words are at the edge. They take you to the edge of a place, like the land takes you to the edge of the sea, and places you there, and gives you the opportunity to move out if you have the courage. The edge of my words. What is at the edge of my words? There where they would babble within me, cannot yet express, nor quite comprehend. Within, where lie our collected lives, the shared knowledge, understandings that emanate from them, the edge of my words. Like a shore, edge of the land I am adapted to live within, limits my being, places an edge on my words. The sea beyond the land, sensed but not experienced, a barrier against my quest for what is there, the fields of my thoughts. And I, sensing them, flitting images of thought, felt but not articulated. When do I name them? Move my words beyond the edge to where they dance their lives. And the second is sort of the same thing, but it's a little different. When we have a thought, before we have the thought, there are all kinds of things going on in the brain, little pieces of thought, and then suddenly they have words, and we see them and kind of get an idea what that thought is. I haven't decided on the title yet. I have two. Genesis is in both of them. Mind flickers. I experience a perception, dissolves into a thought, single, simple thought. Like interstellar dust drifting into vortices, which become galaxies or solar systems, tiny, ephemeral components dance and twine, respond to their own energies, and I become the thought I write.
Thank you, Jim. I have something that I just finished up this morning that I want to read to you. And you know, most of the time I write social commentary. I make observations about the world and myself in it and social issues. And I've really been thinking a lot about the whole notion of investigative poetry and what that means. And for me, there's a lot. If I go to the side of myself that lets things be lighter than they would be, instead of being dark and sad and tragic and all of the things, if I let myself get to the light side, I can really see what I think is the humanity all around me, and also the humor in it. And so I hope this piece reflects that. This is called It's Not Twin Peaks, Just a Day in the Washington Department of Motor Vehicles Licensing. My ticket says 099. The cheerful computer-generated voice says 032. To counter 4, please. I knelt back into my chair among the crowd of wishful thinkers. The sign says no food or drink, yet half the place holds Starbucks cups, including me. I love that we all share this conspiracy. There's a buzz in the room. We've all arrived early, hoping to be in and out, but the Washington State Department of Licensing has other plans for us. 3, 2, 1, fuck it. I'm trapped with a cast of characters from a David Lynch film. The fluorescent lights turn their faces pale blue. Conversation is jumbled into a new language, wavy and high-pitched, a bit sinister, certainly creepy. 3 boys scream simultaneously while their mother reads the Bible. She's searching hard for something useful. A man in slippers curses the clerk when he can't use his debit card, hurls the driver's manual in her direction. The guard escorts him out. The room falls silent for 10 seconds. Then the hum bursts forth. I watch as the clerk asks the blind woman to read the eye chart. Really? This is the type of movie that would go directly to DVD. Bypass the theaters, eventually have a cult following. Man in a tie and trench coat pulls out a mirror before his photo. He seems unsettled when the flash goes off before he's ready. I try not to call attention to myself, but the walls pulsate when every cell phone rings at the same time, and in unison the wishful thinkers say, "Hello?" Now serving 049 at counter number 6. The man in front of me sneaks in lunch. It smells like French fries, and I'm worried he might get mobbed. The tiny girl with him twirls until she's dizzy, drops her French fry on the filthy floor and puts it back in her mouth. Dad is oblivious. Now serving 055 at counter number 7, the man is still chewing as he runs to the front with his small daughter. The girl begins kicking the wall below the counter. The clerk feels the vibrations, looks at him, then all around, but can't see the cause. She leaves her post and never returns. I wonder about PTSD, then I think about lunch. After 20 minutes of waiting, his daughter's meltdown now out of control, he scoops her up under his arm and stomps out. His face is all red and the veins on his neck are protruding. No license for him today. I look around, nobody seems to care. About half the room is texting. Some lady is showing a cell phone video of a little girl's meltdown to her 5 kids. With a running commentary about what she'd do if they behave that way. And I'm suddenly terrified. What if the man comes back with a gun? The rest of the room is staring into space, shifting their sore asses on these miserable chairs. Now serving 078 at counter number 7. Someone smells like hard liquor, another like Vicks. I try to breathe through my mouth. 078 is AWOL, so 079's been called up. They're dropping like flies. I have hope, and I have staying power. Hell, I've put in 80 minutes, can't quit now. It's like the slot machines in Vegas, one more quarter for the big payoff. Half the clerks go to lunch, damn it. This movie is a never-ending nightmare. Looking for something to do, I ponder its rating. G for general audience. No, too much cursing. PG, no, too many creepy old men leering at the single mothers in short shorts and tank tops. R, perhaps. It has strong language, sexual situations, and violence. X, no. Not enough bare skin or full frontal nudity. But we're early. Okay, R it is. It has everything the movie-watching public craves. Numerous strange humans with shifty eyes who might become zombies. Screaming parents with feral children. The requisite number of tweakers and drunks. Enough coughing, sneezing, and belching to pollute the whole planet. And one guy in a cape, very incognito if you ask me. And then lots of senior citizens willing to commit mayhem to keep their driver's license for another 6 years. David Lynch would have a heyday with this bunch. It's not Twin Peaks, but any of these young women could be Laura Palmer. And who would I be? Just ticket 099, writing down the everyday normal in my fair city. Thank you. And now we hear from Erin Iwata. Erin.
I'm dedicating tonight to a friend who woke up a few weeks ago. She does not consider herself a poet. She woke up and she could not stop writing, and she wrote 50 poems in 2 days, and they're amazing. And this friend, in a really, really difficult time in my life, taught me the word dialectic, which means two things that seem opposing that actually go together. So two things that seem impossible together that work together. So, and the word "and," that's a good way to put it. So these are 2 poems that I think fit in the dialectic. Thursday, I drank with a church girl, then arrived drunk to an Asian quinceañera, trying to hammer blindly at the invisible nails of some coffin, willing it all to go. Faith, hope, future, healing, begging it all to just fade. You're so confident. We're all so erasable to you, aren't we? All the while, the whiskey didn't kill me, it set me on fire. In the process, we were all burned. You pined, she removed herself, My loud voice echoed off the walls where it was just noise, nonsense bouncing off cupboards, giddy voices catching on empty stomachs. Damn it, it doesn't fade, it doesn't fade, it just lives on in its own divided universe. Dreams slimming and skimming over the bend of the horizon, too far to seize, too stunning to ignore. None of us will ever recover, not really. Not as long as hope lingers on the periphery, its sweetness a bitter memory. I did not write these anywhere close to each other, but I thought they fit well in the dialectic of each other. I ran in the dark, my own little secret yes. That fading sun stretching pink to black delighted me. Effervescent, undeniable happiness rising up, and I know I needed words. Selfish, digging words that would finally declare, it's over. Everyone frets endings. It's difficult to clean out closets, cancel plans, say no. We avoid it, even when the truth is nothing feels better than the relief of being unshackled.
Yeah.
Little ones I'm going to read, I have permission, are written by my friend. Be blown away. Because it's, you know when that just happens to someone? Isn't that, it's like a miracle. Borders of reality, rage within bloodlines, raised you to believe the mantra, not enough, and too much. How vexing the conundrum. Desperate, wanting to love, with love's definition blurred and slaughtered, under haunting hands. But they love. But I'm unworthy. But I believe it, therefore it must be true. Rise from ashes, dear one. Darling, you are more than you dare to know. Full of grit and passion, subversive to the core, inspiring me daily. Reject the vice that seeks to name you. Subdue the noise and trust your own wise woman within. I don't think poems often need context. The last one, she is a therapist, and I don't know, I think that adds something to her poetry. You tell me there is no more to you than what I can see. I tell you, you take me for a fool. There are layers underneath. You beg me not to waste my time on you. I remind you of my choice. What you considered wasted moments, your pain spread out as ashes on the floor, is soil, is magic, is life for your weariness. You'll see. I will hold the hope, believing in time, you will see. For what is life without hope? And what is life if not shared? And what am I if I were to turn away and run from the pain, vexing, haunting, bloodthirsty? For I was never abandoned in my pain, and neither were you. And I pray to witness slow but true resurrection.
And I hope that you'll invite your friend to come and read to us, or room full of hams, right? We could probably find somebody, yeah, you or somebody else to read it for. Okay. Please say hello to the poet of steel, a man definitely living at least 2 lives, Mike G.
It's always healing to come here because to be a poet is a big deal, so sometimes it's good to hang out with other poets because everybody here is a big deal. We're called to tell truth, our truth, and to expose ourselves and to be raw and brave when most people just can't do it, so we do that. I want to thank my friend Tiffany for taking videos. Some of us have friends who love to hear us and see us. But they can go to YouTube and check us out, people from out of state and all that. So this is for Tiffany because she knows the ending of this poem and wants to hear it. And for my girlfriend Brenda, who can't make it but participated in inspiring the end of the poem. So we brought up Lawrence Ferlinghetti earlier. This is called Death for Ferlinghetti. It begins with the last original beatniks tethered to their oxygen tanks dreaming of conspiracies. No one suspected that the anonymous jogger was a planted actor ready to fire the first shot, while those who run the show like Kissinger and the Lizard Queen sip mint juleps and feed the script to Fox News and the BBC. It was that usual made-up bullshit fed to humans as truth. Only a few of us noticed the movie goofs, the orange shirt gone green in a wink, the sun and moon projected against a blue screen for our illusionment, hoodwinked by the construct again, where God is also love, but the kind of lust-only love you wish would go away after the play. Meanwhile, cowering beneath the Hollywood tree, kids threw pebbles at the devil. Victory came when they got dementia and forgot things like devils, pebbles, trees, Hollywood victories, everything. Rest my love, do not wake. I need some peace to cogitate. I write my poems, you can't relate. Wait. Newsflash, I'm attracted to happiness now. It'll last till that extra-dimensional kid who created everything hits shutdown. Those who obeyed the meme are still asleep. The reading group leaves Jane Austen for television. We've been mind-controlled since we were children, one of them intelligently says. Upon our dreadful way, brave in our innocence, pigs with throats exposed to slay, here is love amid smithereens and ghosts, mathematical gospel sought in morning fog, there the prayerful hand, there the money grab, here the blowjob robot, a baby smiling to video mommy, poor stories spoiling morning, academic poets scribbling safely in slavery. For me, writing's a lot like being lost in the funhouse, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says. May I never be found. Unlike the White House, the funhouse allows no abomination. Neither of these two amoral lunatics should be busboy or flower girl, let alone president, under any circumstance. Meanwhile, work's pretty slow in July. Guess I'll start by eating my arm. I wish you'd write nice, she says, and cease with these extreme grotesqueries. My teacher thinks you're toxic. Listen, writing nice is what the academic cowards do. That's why no one reads their work. So fucking boring. And everything in my writing that's funny, deep, or strange has its origins in terrible pain. So tell Robot this. I start with my feet, but I can't reach. Sleep, my love, let's not be fake. So lies inside don't germinate. Don't lift your voice, don't wake and bake. Wait. The bishop's wife paints her toenails black, reads tea leaves to augment what the sermon lacks. Tree lovers shriek as the morning forest burns. The moon turns oblique as the sea slowly leaks into the core and the wind's gone cold on a gray disheveled shore. Sometimes shackled to my dream is a tender, redemptive thing. Sometimes a monster in need, parasitic mouth of greed. Sometimes an angel in despair, watch me comb your knotted hair. Sometimes left in snow with loneliness of name. Sometimes wretched syllable of aching flesh and vein. Don't worry, baby, it's just a pulled muscle. Well, thank God your fallopian tube pregnancy hypothesis is false. Though my love, I need my space. I've been called to ruminate. Your food was good, the sex was great. Fate. Rather than stop, drop, and roll, you actually took the time to text, I'm on fire. Can't we just watch the end of the world in peace? We weren't supposed to get out of the woods, I suppose. Maybe some wizard left us a magic token. I don't know. Listen, I've made some nice spiritual advancement here, but then I met a lady and stopped meditating, so I gotta come back. When they read my work thousands of years from now, they'll believe I was a collage of many persons, some sane, some just plain nuts. By the way, just found me a 60-million-year-old bone in the backyard, baby. I'm gonna be rich. Honey, that's Fluffy. She fiddles with the impossible crossword, then flies in for a kiss, her hair flapping into a future without us. Got 69 love songs, funny and dark. Got some brain lightning, baby. Got that end time spark. Hey, I'm channeling post-beheading John the Baptist now. Snatching language back from the liars. Snatching language back from the liars. May our final years not be dictated by disappointment. May the flowers of mid-century inspire something more than scorn, porn, television, internet. Love is not the entrapment of Sasquatch. We are the creatures with questions to which no answers are forthcoming. The answers from the construct are always wrong. But at least our misanthrope birth curse has abated. Our men in magnetic fields are strong. We're here to remind humanity of something vital, but we got drunk. We can't remember what. Sometimes you come as a vengeful wraith. My friend Jerry ain't the same since he lost track of time and space. I'm saved by works, not faith. I'm not impressed by explosions, smoke, mirrors, or sex. The 10-year-old neighbor girl says, give me depth. Well, I'm just waiting around for the Enlightenment, I say. Humanities, you say? Mine, I say. Do you honestly think I'd be here if I were enlightened? Don't drink, my love, you need a break. No fun when guts regurgitate. Put vodka down and stay straight. Wait. It's easier to teach when half the pupils are deceased. I'd like Safeway to be renamed Alien Space Gun. That would make shopping more fun. Hey, 10-year-old neighbor girl, I'm writing you in for president. I'm not even real. You passed the elevator test. Rather be stuck with a fiction than a monster. It's been written somewhere, somewhen, that once upon a time I made a wise decision. Said no when I was supposed to. I'd show you the evidence, but the text got lost. Maybe it'll be found someday like the bullshit Dead Sea Scrolls or the miracle passport from the 9/11 terrorists. Meanwhile, I choose to love the 6 pounds of microorganisms living, aging great in my guts, and they love me. I enjoy confusing them with alcohol and espresso. It's my way of editing the mind's sadness away. Slow, my love, no need to race. Enjoy the day and masturbate. No need to burn me at the stake. Wait. Everything I write is commentary on the heart of the matter. What's the matter, she says. Nothing and everything. Oh, you're just another phony. Fine! That consciousness and feelings exist and apparently die. That's the heart of the matter. In his famous robot voice, Stephen Hawking said, if you feel you are trapped in a black hole, abandon all hope. There is no way out. God's dice cannot be recovered. Isn't that nice? That tool is just a hologram, you say, and we know only poems survive black holes. Don't cry, my love, try to smile. Enlightenment may take a while. Read your books, spew no bile. Trial. It's the end of the poem now, and I'm having a midlife crisis. Fuck poetry! Bend over, Brenda! Let's make more of me! Babies, 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 babies! I'm 62 with no viable fallopian tubes! You still got one ovary! Pregnant, 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 pregnant! But I no longer ovulate. I've got tiger semen! Pregnant, 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 pregnant! I love my man! Little Mike G swimming around! Little Mike G swimming around! I love my man! Here come my children! Here come my children! With little hats! And little cigarettes! And little harmonicas! Yeah, yeah!
Can we talk for just a moment about the lovely cognitive dissonance when we go out for a night at the theater? Happy that we can even afford to be in the fucking theater, and there's Mike G in a blue blazer, looking so respectable. And we always make, there's the blazer, and we always make sure to go up and give him a big hug, and it's like, yes,
Thank you so much.
poets do need to eat.
Yes.
That's true. Okay, please say hello now to Russ. Come on up, Russ.
Hard to follow that, Mike.
Yeah, you can, brother. I love you. You can. You can.
Well, Mike and I were talking at the break about sharing work that's in process. And so I have something to share that's definitely not there yet. And I don't know if it even knows if it's a poem or prose or who knows what. So, in the meantime, I'm going to share a piece that I shared with wrote down and gave as a gift to a woman who I was waiting at DSHS with in a big long wait. That's part of the other piece. So this is called Procession. I don't know if anybody knows about an event in Olympia called the Procession of the Species. It's a wonderful community. I don't know that you should really call it a parade, but it does move through the streets. It's more of a festival, big performance art piece, if anything. So I wrote this on my birthday last year when I got the chance to go up. I don't visit there as often, but that's a home in my heart. And I really enjoyed and wrote this thing. Procession. The species having processed, I find myself in the bustle of Batdorf and Bronson. Theriomorphs drift into diaspora. They will hibernate in human form. In some, it will flash, shine, shimmer as they dance, and prance through the turn of days. Others will lose their wings and horns ecstasiastically, moving in and through the mundane, muggling the turn of seasons, bipedally for a number of reasons. Next spring, awakening in the city of the gods. So I wanted to do my best to get something here of this ready for you, but it's raw. And there's something special about sharing the raw stuff. So here you go. And the title may not make perfect sense yet, but it's a working title. Deadheads and Doppelgangers. And sing with me the part that'll be a chorus here, referenced to the rest of it, if you want to sing along. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive. I will survive. It was Monday. I had been there Friday and knew I would need to return, deciding it need not be a drudge. I wrapped a good attitude around my weight. Outside, on the grass in the sun, Rochelle, Ray Allen, a budding artist, a budding novelist. With her, I began one of those conversations, nourishing conversations that gobbled up 3 hours easily. We dodged lawnmowers and checked the queue. She told me of stuttering until 25, and now she's writing a novel. Her number up, name called, she disappears into bureaucratic haze. Soon, my name called, brother greets me. My name called, number up. I go to window 11, and the bearded brother greets me with a manly grace. We shuffle papers, he catches my small air, and his right forearm steals my face. I nod to his right forearm and offer, I caught the last Portland show. He offered a clarifying probe about the date. I confirmed, May 29th, 1995. He missed that show to stay the course at OSU, taking that test, goaded by his father. I mentioned declining the invitation to join the caravan south to Shoreline in deference to the job on Monday, and how I saw Jerry's ghost busking near Pike Place Market he echoed with his own encounter. I told him of going to the Oregon Country Fair and how the VW bus we traveled in was powered by prayer and required Moto Mojo to leave the driveway. I give him the heads up about the Jerry Garcia birthday band playing music on Main series. He's helped to ensure our house will eat. I thanked him and went on my way. I didn't get the tattoo upon my bicep, calf, or forearm, but I know my heart is tattooed with that something, unfortunately forgotten easily, that lit up and pulsed in our reverie. You will get by, you will get by, you will get by, you will survive. I am running late, arriving at the top of the alley, halfway through the first set, winding toward the front and land near the edge of the alley's first third. My body begins to move with the music. That's something poised to pounce. At the break, I walk around the block. 3/4 around, I see a man of Mediterranean hue, clean-shaven face and short, curly white shocks above, and attired fancy casual. He stares ahead, seemingly indifferent to the lady on his arm. I make way to the zone, just shy of the stage. The band starts again. There I am, where how your body moves doesn't matter. It's how your heart moves that matters. Infectious groove pounces, and my body responds with the silly shoulder shrugging, playfully mocked by the mama-to-be 10 feet from me. I take no offense. It is the me and she that mirrors. With Scarlet Begonia, I remember Becca via the buoyancy of the woman dancing next to me. I look skyward and see a deeper blue between the buildings, and in that deeper blue, I see the me in you. The energy builds, flowing into touch of gray. This gathering in a fancy urban alley gives its one voice to the crowning chorus. We will get by, we will get by, we will get by, we will survive. A little bit about the doppelganger part is seeing, I saw this guy across the CSO window and how our lives were very parallel at certain times about these things and how they went in different directions. And then during that break, I saw a guy who then seemed to be the doppelganger of an older brother dancing with his lady and having a really good time there on the stage with the long, long hair, gray. But they otherwise looked of coloring and facial features like they could have been twins or the same guy. And so I need to work more with that image. A little bit of a thing for the realm of announcements. Joyce isn't here tonight, so Paper Tiger next week, my beloved, she of many names. I think she'll be there as Julie. I don't know which name she's using, but some of you know her as Julie, some of you know her as Mickey O'Rourke. There's many names. She will be the feature next week at Tiger Talk.